Welcome to the Tower of God.
My eyes red.
At the top exists everything in this world, and all of it can be yours. You can become a god. This is the story of Rachel, the girl who climbed the tower so she could see the stars, and Baum, the boy who needed nothing except her. This is their end and their beginning.
Did I have my mic going the entire time when that was going off? My bad if that was a little echo behind that. My bad, my bad. Wasn't paying attention. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I'm sorry if my eyes look a little red. I just literally woke up 15 minutes ago. Every stream y'all see me, I literally just wake up. I go in there, wash my face, brush my teeth, blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, I be freshly active when I get on stream. Freshly active. Like I don't even know what's going on in the world right now. It could have been another earthquake over here on the East Coast. I wouldn't know because I wake up, I get straight to it because I work the night shift. So yeah, I prepare every time. So let me pull up the YouTube comments on chat real quick. On screen. Mm, say hi to the people in the future. Da, da, da. Let's make that a little bit darker for those who can't see it. We'll make it normal. Mm-mm. But greetings, Rain. What's up, Rain? Nameless. What's up, Nameless? J Cool, J Cool. Appreciate you. Um, Hoover. I don't know if I seen you in a little while, or maybe you just be in the back. But what's up? What's up? Appreciate you being here. Well, good night for you, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah. My face eventually, like my eyes look a little like I'm sleepy. They'll get themselves together in a minute. You ain't gonna notice it happen. My face operate like that. So, just say you high. No, bro, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I stopped smoking. 6 7 years ago, like, and I never even smoked like that. I was like always a social smoker. I was never like a guy who, like, I've never had like a dealer, or, well, I don't even know what you call that, a connect or whatever, is that what people call it? I've never been a weed smoker ever, dude. It was only ever in social settings, and like mainly when I was like high school, not high school, but in college. That was like mainly it. Never been that guy. So sorry, guys. I'm not smoke. I have no idea how to roll or any of that. But combat. What's up, combat? Obama. Appreciate you. Y'all definitely smoke more than me. I mean, we smoke off Baraka packs. Yeah, we smoke on Baraka packs around here. Woo! It's like it's like a mirror, right? It's like saying what is it? Um, what you not supposed to say in the mirror? What is it? It's not Freddy Krueger. I don't know what am I thinking about. Candyman in the mirror. It's like Karaka. You gotta say Karaka in the mirror, or on stream like 3 times, and then Scythe going up here like that. Karaka, 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 and then watch Scythe just slide in here. Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, he got second sense for it. Zenu, what's up, Zenu? Man. Man. Bloody Mary. That's what it is. I couldn't. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. It makes my brain freshly active. But yeah. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? Um, yeah, man. Uh, oh, I know, Rain. I notice Americans look very old. Everyone has beard over there. How old are you? I'm 31. I ain't no spring chicken, but I'm also no old man either. It's funny. Me and Naya are the same age, which I learned like a couple weeks ago. I didn't know we was in the same age. I guess it's just the way the world works. I guess, but yeah, I'm 31. I'm a little bit older than I know a lot of people. is what it is. Um, I had an exciting 20s, and that's why I'm for those who know I'm engaged now. I'm gonna be married next year and everything. Um, yeah, I had to slow life down. So now you won't hear Bum Karak name escape my mouth except for slander. Yo, I need Syph to come in here or at least watch it back so we can know how early we started the Karaka slander, like real early, right? But yeah, man. Look, so this week's chapter. All right, I had a couple discussions in the Discord. I know some of y'all saw um with a couple guys with a couple disagreements on a couple things, and I hope that in the review my explanation on why I think things are the way they are were clear. Okay, because the big debate we were having in the Discord with me and a couple other guys were, I don't think those two are here, so I ain't want to name them if they ain't here. But the difference between memories and feelings, they think they're synonymous. I don't think they're synonymous. I do not think they both go together. I think they can go together. I think they can go together. Two things can be true, okay? And that's what I don't think those two understood. Two things can be true. You can both be, you can have memories deleted and you can have feelings deleted. Two things can be true. But what I was saying in particular to them, trying to explain, that in this instance, it's not memories that I think that are gone. It's feelings that I think they were gone because of what Trom said. Trom said, I don't I remember the event, but I don't remember the feelings of the event. I remember the event, but I don't remember the feelings. And then they go on also to say, yeah, I don't remember how, like, I know we had good times, but I don't remember what they felt like. So like that's weird to me. That's a weird thing to say. Cause anybody in here, if you have any precious memories with anybody you ever cared about, you remember what it felt like. You remember what it felt like. You remember when it felt like when you had your first love. You remember how early and how young you were and how naive you were. You remember what those things feel like. You don't forget things like that. You don't forget great feelings, especially feelings that made you feel like like I'm in this moment. Like everybody in their life has had a moment like I'm in this moment. This is something I'm always gonna remember. Like whatever, whether was a spiteful emotion or a good emotion. Like you remember those times. So for them to say they don't remember what it feels like is crazy to me. It don't matter how old they are. They thousands of years old. You still remember the times. The one time. You remember those one times. Everybody remembers their one times. Unless you had something happen to you in particular, you remember those times, man. You do. Everybody does. So um I think they're not. I don't think they're synonymous. I think it can be both memories can get deleted and feelings can get deleted, and that's what I was trying to like. That's what I was trying to explain with the Grace people is that the way they spoke of the Grace people is like they remember who they are, but they don't remember what it's like to be friends with them. Cause it doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to me. I've always taken what Data Edwin said about V at face value. I've always like never forgot that he said that he wanted him to be king. Okay, that's what he wanted. Even though Zahar became king, because he knew as a data version they know bits and pieces of what's going on in the real tower. That Zahar became king. Okay, sorry. So that Zahar became king, but he said that he wanted V to become king. You don't go from A to B with something like that, okay? All right, you don't. You don't. It's like I'm not even going to get into like big politics, but let's just say, you know, I'm not saying anything in particular on who I voted for. I don't even remember who I voted for, to be honest. But if like whoever the candidates were, and I voted for, I don't know, I don't even think I voted that year, but uh, if I voted for Joe Biden in what was it, 2020 or 2019, whatever, I voted for him. I wouldn't forget. I wouldn't forget that. I wouldn't forget that. And it would have to be like damage over time, basically, like not damage, for me to like realize that I don't like him anymore and I don't want him to be king anymore. So, what happened between the data version of Ed all the way up until now when they stopped climbing that Edwin just said, I don't fuck with him no more. I don't want him to be king. I don't care to talk about him. That doesn't sound right to me. Especially since the data version of Ed knows that like Zahard became king. So it's just like I something in between is missing right there in that section that had to happen for him to not want him to still be king. So something that happened during the climb, maybe somebody died. I don't know. It has to be something dramatic. And I did see brief parts of people's comments. I didn't read everybody's comments when I was at work last night. I didn't. My employer, see this. I ain't had that much to do last night. Besides, I had a class that I was sitting, and in between classes, I was like checking the comments because, like, you know, like I said, I work night shifts. So in between, I was reading a couple comments, but I didn't get into too detail. I did reply to one person because I was trying to get him to understand something significant really had to happen for you to change your mind on not wanting somebody to be king. Okay? Something crazy has to happen. Something dramatic has to happen. This person has to murder somebody you love, steal somebody you love from you, which he didn't. That's Zahard. That's not Ed. For you to feel like that, you know, for you to automatically not admire this person no more, like that makes no sense to me. So that's why I was trying to explain. They remember these people. Ed remembers these people. Like he remembers V and Arlen, to me, but to me, it sounds like he doesn't remember what it feels like to care for him anymore. And even Gustang's attitude conflicts with what we know. Gustang loves Arlen, one of the best people he ever knew. One of the best people he ever knew. Why would Gustang be so cutthroat about exiling Arlen when he, in fact, loved her as a person? That made no sense to me. I'm like, this isn't the Gustang we've seen in the past. This is not the Gustang that we know now. He doesn't act like that. He made it sound like him and Arlen were goddamn best friends. Loved her to death. Like, hello? Like, was I crazy to, like, well, since when does Gustang treat Arlen like she's in exile? Like, that didn't register to me. And okay, like this is what I kind of put in my head to make it make sense, right? So in between the periods of after whatever happened to Annie, and between Gustang losing Annie and breaking up with Blossom, you know, a lot of people think that Gustang found Arlen, helped her escape outside the tower. That's what I kind of assume happened, but there's no pure evidence behind that. But what I'm saying is, maybe Gustang found her and talked to her, maybe helped her escape, and his feelings that he originally had, that he had lost for her, he regained when he met her again. Like, oh, I like you. Like, I really like you. This seems a little familiar. Like, why do I remember liking you? Why do I remember a relationship with you? Like, that's how I imagine that happened. But for him to act like that towards her didn't make any sense to me. It just didn't. And then we know that V and Trom seem to have a relationship as well. So yeah, like because remember early on, everybody thought that um it was possibly Icarus and Trom, and that Icarus got with V, and that hurt Trom. A lot of people thought that Icarus got with V, and that hurt Trom in his relationship. Like they had a relationship. It don't make sense for them to be so cutthroaty about it to me. So okay, let me get the y'all comments. I just wanted to break that part down real quick. Um, let me scroll up. So J. Cool said this chapter was too short. Was it? I felt like this chapter was long. Maybe I made it long with my explanation, but I thought it was pretty long. It was longer than previous two, or okay, it was longer than the previous two. Okay, at least it was that. Um, yeah, I thought it was pretty long. You think they will mention or show V in the next chapter? I think we may get a V in Arlen on the very last chapter. So whatever happens when Icarus gets murdered, which is Amwes, whenever Amwes dies, I think we may get we may get that. That's what I think. And it might just be a face reveal. It may just be like an exchange, like how it might be a moment where all of them stop for a second. They stop fighting. So here's a dramatic moment you guys can picture in your head. There's a moment when they stop fighting during the war. They stop fighting. Zahar takes advantage of that, of them stopping the fight. But they stop fighting during the war, and they all mourn Amwee's death. Like they all stop, like in this moment, like why is she dead? Like what happened that killed her? Like she is kind of in the middle, right? Like she should be untouchable, right? Technically speaking, she should be untouchable. Trom loves her. Everybody on that side, on Zahar's side, should know that Amwes is loved, and then V's side, obviously she's with them, so she should be untouchable. She should be in the middle, so everybody should love her. Everybody should love her, but she dies, and I think that may be the reason why V and Arlen lost the war. To be honest, maybe Zahar took advantage of that weak moment. I'm assuming that. I know the numbers are against them. Like it's obviously 11 to 2. But let's assume for a second that may have a significant play in there. That's how I can imagine things worked out. But we'll see. Um, Leviathan did. I'm sorry. I know it's a little early on. I missed these comments, but Leviathan did say Trom gave him filthy emotions and disgusting memories. Thank you, Zenu. Thank you, because I don't think they're synonymous, dude. I think that you can choose to erase the entire memory, and you can erase the feelings. The feelings. Um, it's like I was said. Do you think the people that was at Trom's party? Do you think that the current day Trom would hang out with those people in the party? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No matter if Trom was getting married to Amwes again, the current day Trom, compared to old Trom, would not hang out with those random as regular people in that party again. Because he changed. He changed into exactly what Amwes didn't want him to change into. And I think that's because of feelings. I think that's because of feelings. Certain things were removed from them. And it's also like it's also further explained where it says Zahar needs us to become this way. Zahar needs us to be this way, which is monarchy, which is, if you guys watch Game of Thrones, Joffrey Baratheon, we need to become cutthroat. We need to be not caring about all these regular people. All of that. And that's what they became. That's what they became. And even with Gustang losing his daughter and his wife, his came in a different way. So I'm thinking with Gustang, this is why Gustang was always like a acquisitory guy, right? He already questioned things about Zahar. But him losing his family because of any was like that can't that, I don't know if I don't know if Zahar foresaw that, like something like that happening, because you would want to prevent that, knowing how Gustang is. But that happened, and that's kind of why we are here to where we are today, because like Gustang was the one who lost what he loved and wanted. Um, Sorry, let me get. I was getting off track. What do you guys think Left Sec what was accomplished in this flashback? I doubt. Um, Trevor remembered it, but he forgot the feelings. Yeah, that's what it said. What do you guys think Left Sec will accomplish in this flashback? I have no idea. I don't know if he's there to like steal Amweez. I don't think he's there to fight. I think he's maybe there to pick up Amweez. Um, and yeah, I don't think she dies here either. I don't think she dies here. I think Enkidu will try to possess her and he will end up killing her. That's probably what happens. Um, do you? I really don't know if this is where like Les like gets the cut on his face, bro. I don't know if this gets the cut on his face. Like I'm. This is kind of fucked that this is how it happens. Like it makes sense because it's Arihan, right? But damn, like I didn't expect this to be it. I thought it would have been something during the war that did it, but um, I can relate to forgetting feelings. I have childhood memories, 5 or 6, that I can't remember how I felt. And that's perfectly put, Iron Man. You shouldn't remember things that far back. You can remember glimpses of stuff like that. Like I can remember glimpses of my 7th birthday party when I went bowling because my mom and dad had pictures of it, and I remember small glimpses of it. Like I remember. I threw a tantrum and my mom whooped my ass, but I don't remember exactly what that feel like. I can assume what it feels like based off pictures that I saw, which is the same as Gustang getting the book. You can remember stuff based on what you wrote or you seeing glimpses of it or the history of it. That's exactly what's going on with the book. But the people can forget you, but they won't forget how you made them feel. I could not have said it better myself. That is literally a saying like on the internet and in the world I've always agreed with. People can forget things, they can forget you, but they will never forget how you made them feel. That's like one of the most truest statements like in our world, in the world in general. The truest statement. You will never forget how somebody made you feel. That boss that belittled you, that made you feel like shit, you'll never forget that. Your first love, you'll never forget how that felt. All your first time getting some having sex, you'll never forget that. Like you'll never forget those feelings. We're that's how like we operate. That's how humans operate. So the Zahara saw the future and said, "Hell no, I'm not going." Basically, L Biden. I was just giving an example. Also, I think it's likely Gusting changed his mind on killing Trom. He was afraid of his in the flashback. He was his friend. Excuse me. He was his friend in the flashback. Yeah, like they were fucking friends. There is literally the difference between Gustang and Trom's friendship right now is the fact that they go on to war. That's it. They have different objectives. They act the exact fucking same, bro. They're the exact same people. Which I was trying to tell somebody in the comment section. He was saying that Trom and Gustang didn't have like answer me this real quick. Do y'all think that Trom and Gustang had banter when they first met for the first time in millennials? Like when they met inside the mothership, they had friendly banter. Tell me if I'm wrong. I will accept I'm wrong about that. What is the difference between Trom and Gustang in this chapter and Trom and Gustang in the chapter where they fought? They had friendly banter against each other. While they were trying to kill each other, yes, or they were fighting. I don't know, kill each other. They were fighting, yes, but they had the same witty banter that they are having right now. And the dude I was like going back and forth with is just like, it's not they weren't friendly banter, bro. You don't lift your middle finger up and say this is a no smoking place. That's not I want to murder you vibes. That's like I know you, I know it pisses you off. Like what? Like him making fun of his mothership? Like, is your mothership landfill? Bro, that's not murder you energy, bro. That wasn't murder you energy. It felt like witty banter between two people who know each other, and of course, but they have objectives. They have to fight. Like it is what it is. Um, it was, to me, it was the same as like, you know, LeBron James and Chris Paul are best friends. They're best friends in the NBA. If you guys don't watch basketball, sorry for the comparison. They're best friends. But when they play against each other, they gotta play against each other. But they give each other shit. That don't mean like there isn't an underlying friendship there. But they gotta play each other. So okay, sorry, I'm getting off track here. Anything. Anyway, also I think as the everything we know about V was that he was the nicest person around. That's why it doesn't add up, Zenu. That's why them saying that V switched up or that they don't feel no type of way about exiling him. What happened at this event that made them feel like V is not, because it goes against everything that we currently know about him. It goes against everything. That's why I say it doesn't add up for them to feel like that against them and the Grace people. It doesn't make sense. Um, yo, Hazy, what's up, Hazy? Or can Jahad view the future of other? Oh, did I skip my message? Oh no, I skipped. Damn. All right, let me catch up. Sorry. Do you think that your old theory with immortality contract has some repercussions in it, although lesser one than blood matter? Your old theory. Which one do you refer to, MS? I'm sorry, I'll be all over the place with them. Do you think your old theory with immortality contracts had some repercussions in it, although lesser one than? I don't know what you mean, MS. You gotta go a little detail. Oh, you did that further down. Okay, I'll read it. The only way I see Leslie leaving alive is V and Arlen come to save him. True, or they don't want to kill him. Maybe don't want to kill him. Because who was at the party? Who was that in the corner in the party? Who do y'all think that was? That's not Leslie. That's somebody else. Um, the story was short, but 300 pages. The only way I see the Zahara could also use the situation that pain man Wee's death to get everyone to want to end, and that led quickly to their defeat. Right, Obama. And Weez could be the device that led to the Grace's fall. Well put. The middle can be dangerous. Both sides may hate you for empathizing with the other side. You were exactly right, Iron Man. That's exactly what it is. And she's in a difficult position, and she got killed by something that she probably wouldn't have died. She probably would have been in the middle because Trom doesn't want to kill her. Trom says that he wants to possess her. So she has absolutely no intent on dying. I'm pretty sure if before the war started, Tron would have went to Zahar and said, Zahar, do not kill Mweez. If you plan to kill, don't harm her. Don't do anything to her. I'm going to try to take her if I can. And she ended up dying. That's the worst possible scenario for him. I mean, if he not included those because would push Zahar and the rest of it be with D and Arlen. I don't know if Hedon. I don't know if it's Hedon. I don't want to put Hedon in this beef. I don't know yet. Can Jihad view the future of other irregulars, or is it just okay? So I've been using that incorrectly. He can only view the Towerborn. I wonder if that works against Amweez though. In theory, it should. Also, Joffrey was cruel, but he also wasn't smart. Better comparison would be his grandpa or Cersei. Okay, that's fair. In the Floor of Death, Gusting was talking to Hedon. He may have done something. He is too involved. I think that there is a connection. I do think there's a connection. Jihad is secretly a Dune character. Saw a theory that said Enkidu will try to possess Hannah. That's why I saw a couple people saying that. I didn't expect people. I didn't think Hannah of all people, but he does look like a burn victim. A lot of you make a good point about that. I thought it could just been Gustang that did it, since like, he's the one that always quickly pull out a flame. But it could be Eon. It could be Eon Lee. I got it, Eon Lee. I said that in the Discord, so if you were there, it may have been me. Okay. We know Anwee's death happened later because they had different clothes. Exactly. But it could happen now though. It could happen now. I say it could happen now only because Trump did switch to his regular clothes, and and if Lusleg manages to evade Ari Han, which would be a fucking feat, it would be a feat if he does. If he evades him, that's a feat. That's a massive feat. If he managed to evade him and try to take Amweez, I absolutely see Tron pulling out the Kraken to try to restrain them, and Enkidu doesn't want to let her leave or tries to take her over, ends up killing her. I could see that happening. Like, let's just say in this moment, and Gus Dang's clothes are different, so this is a bit of a reach. He could just throw a jacket on, but it's a bit of a reach. Let's just say Lusleg's trying to take Amweez to leave, and Kido's there with Trom, and he says, "Don't let her leave," and he tries to take over her body to stop her from leaving, and ends up killing her. I can see that happening. Is it gonna happen? I think it's gonna happen during the war, personally, but I could see that being a scenario. I'm more inclined with it happening during the war, but just a thought. Um, okay. Combat. So the real question is, why does Zahar really erase Great Warrior's feelings about what happened in the past? Control. He kind of explained it. Zahar said that he wanted us to be this way, which was these cutthroat leaders, because y'all can't go around caring about everybody. Y'all can't go around catching feelings for people who don't have my objective. You can't, like, we can't do this. Um, so I think it was all just to take control, and I think overall Zahar's goal may have been to capture Arlene or keep Arlene. I also said that I think a part of Zahar's experiments may have been to possibly try to clone Arlen because he couldn't do nothing with her. That's completely out of the water. There's no basis behind that. There's nothing. I personally think that Zahar trying to clone himself is possibly him trying to clone Arlen so that he can make another version of her for himself. Nothing to back that up. No, nothing behind that. That's my own personal thought. But yeah. All right. I gotta rush through your comments because I'm not keeping up. I saw a theory that said Emily was pregnant but didn't know, and Trom only finds out when she is killed. And the fetus that manages to save the fetus as a kid ends up being the one Kieran talked of. I like that. I like that, Hoover. That sounds about right. I like that. That might be accurate. Um, because we do know that Trom had a. Well. Wait a minute. I always go back to that chapter when Kieran says Trom has. Hold on. What's the chapter? You know the chapter when Kieran confront when Lobanon confronts Kieran. Could he be talking about Amweez in that, or is he talking about a child? I gotta look at the wording now. But Trump doesn't have any kids, so would he not care about any kid he never had? I don't know. What chapter was that? I don't remember. 593. Yeah, 593. Stay out of this war. I'll make you snap out of it. Da, 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 da. Forgive me for a second, guys. I just want to look at the wording between this. But you live in a completely different life to the trees picking around you. Da, 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 da. I just want to look at the wording. The reason why Liverpool Beetle began this war, if you know, all the regular captured. This war will never stop until everything is burnt to ashes. I will never forgive Kieran from running like this. I'm sorry. I know like we got a lot of Kieran stands in here. I will never forgive him for running. He is a coward. All right, where is it? I'm looking for it. What did he say exactly? Was all used for someone else that wasn't us a long time ago. Okay, that could actually mean. Oh wait, I learned it that the fatherly affection that we have longed for from the head for so long was all used up for someone else that wasn't us a long time ago. Okay, so it's probably a kid that could be, and we that actually could be. You know what? You know what? That could be Enkidu. He could be talking about Enkidu. What if he views Enkidu as his first child, and that he had to seal him away? He had to delete the memories and seal him away, and it hurt him to do it. And that was like the fatherly affection. I'm almost inclined to believe that. I am almost inclined to believe that. Because if Amwise isn't pregnant, what kid would he have that he cared about that passed? I don't know because I don't know anybody else of this ilk. I don't know because okay, because then you have to line up who Trom would have kids with that he actually likes and cares about. Because Trom's the type of guy who has a first love and can't get over his first love. That he's that type of guy. So who could he have kids with next that he cares about having, like who the kid is? I can't see anything after Amweeze's death that could mend this because we already see the character development of Trom where he's becoming who he is today, which is a cutthroat motherfucker who's going to use people and toy with people. So the way I'm kind of viewing this is Enkidu might have been what he considered a child, which technically he would be. He came from a goddamn uh Jello cube to like this being that knows how to fight and got blessings and was like taking care of stuff for him. Even I said this before. I don't see their relationship as a friendship. I see it as almost a little brother, big brother relationship. It's almost like a child and father relationship between Trom and Enkidu. It might be Enkidu who we talking about here. It might be. Shit, I didn't put that together. I did not put that together. It might be Enkidu who Kieran's talking about. Because if another person in between would introduce another character that we don't necessarily know about. Now it could be a popular theory. It could be Rachel. That I don't. It could possibly be. Don't think so. If what he said about the I hate to use the word fetus, but the baby that was, if Anne is pregnant and she died, it could be that. But okay, so let's assume what could also happen, right? Let's assume this. Here's a scenario. Here's another scenario, and I'm kind of cooking with my theories right now. I'm sorry, guys, if I don't read your comments. My brain is on 10 million. That's why I love this chapter. Let's say Amweesh tries to leave. We already see that Trom is on possessive shit right now. We already see it. Let's see that and Ed and Gusting are fucking backing him up here. Yeah, let's go see her. You want to keep her, do that, whatever. Let's say let's let Karis to take Amweeze away. Trom is not gonna let her leave, and he takes her. he could he could force a kid from her. And I'm not going to use the word because I can't use the word, but he could take her, force a kid with her, and possibly, she dies during the war. So like she's held captive, and she dies during the war. That could happen. That could possibly happen, and a kid could come from that. That's actually an option. She doesn't go anywhere. She's basically held captive the way Trump wants her to be held captive, and she dies during the war, meaning like let's say V let's say that V and Arlen particularly attack Trom to go rescue her, and that in between that exchange, she dies, which would be whatever Enkidu may do to her. That's also an option. That she doesn't escape. That she doesn't get to go with them because he doesn't want her to leave, right? What if she doesn't escape and she doesn't leave? I didn't think about that either. I don't because what other reason would Leslie have to infiltrate? What other reason would Leslie have to infiltrate? And I will say this for those who have said that the Grace people and like Leslie and them could be the bad people in all of this. I don't give too much credence to that, but you guys could be right. What reason does Leslie have to infiltrate this party? That is a bad look if he's doing it on V and Arlen's orders. If he's doing it on his own, you can whatever. Like he's doing it on his own. But it is bad taste to do something like that in the middle of like a wedding, even though you knew it wasn't gonna go well. It's bad taste to kind of infiltrate it, even if you weren't invited. Like it's not a good look. You could have just let Anne Wees leave on her own because there's nothing telling that Tron would not let her leave for you to kind of infiltrate and take her away. Could you predict that? Yeah, sort of, kinda, but then it kind of looks crazy, right? It does make them kind of look bad if they sent Leslie there to get her. And also that's not a smart move. That's not a smart move. Look, Leslie gets respect, right? Leslie strong as shit for like with the current Leslie, but there's no telling what Leslie was at this stage. There's no way he's family head level. So, like he's not gonna win this exchange against Ari Han. So why would you send Leslie into basically a nest of family heads, which is Lee, Gus, and Ed? Um, why would you send him there? And a trauma, of course, but why would you send him there? That's kind of like a death sentence, isn't it? Like, there's no way, especially since you should know the abilities of these people. There's no way he's gonna go get away undetected. That's kind of crazy to do. Like you weren't gonna escape this. Like unless Lustek is really like that, and I gotta say he gotta be really, really like that. Why would you send him in there to get like he would get smoked? Like I would think you would get smoked. I would never do that. I don't know. This is that's why I love talking on stream, man. This is why I love talking on stream because these parts of this that I didn't necessarily think about that I would probably would have put in the review if I actually thought it out. Don't get me wrong, I like Leslie. I like Leslie a lot. But it's four family heads in there, bro. I'm sorry, they are regulars. You still Towerborn at the end of the day. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And we know that Arihan, based on what we know about his history, he don't play that shit. He don't play that shit. Like he does not give off the type of guy that's gonna let you escape. I don't get those vibes from him. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm not gonna get to a lot of the comments that I know I skipped over, so I am gonna like kind of start at a point. I apologize. My brain's kind of whirling, and y'all know me. I just spew and talk. So, all right, all right. Oh, I'm not that far behind. Oh yes, I am. It had to fix itself. Yes, I am. Okay, I'll start from when Cam come in. I apologize. For those, I'm gonna start from when Cam come in. Cam, what's up, Cam? Looks like was probably sent by Arlen or V. I screwed a little bit up. I lied. I lied. Okay. Leslie was probably sent by Arlen or V to make sure that girls get away from Trump safely. That's kind of like a suicide mission, though, right? That's kind of weird. Um, I doubt Rang would allow Tron to force Anne Weeze to stay with her against her will, so I think Anne Weeze is dying here. You might be right, but she would, but she would be overpowered if Gustang and she might get overpowered if Gustang and Ed helps here, and that could cause a fracture. Imagine that causing a fracture. That could cause a fracture between them. Like if Yeon, like, she doesn't necessarily help, but she doesn't like y'all can't take her like this. Like y'all can't do this. That would cause a kind of a fracture because they kind of in there egging Trom on, even though they don't think that Trom will be this. They don't. I don't think they think that Trom will be this extreme. But Trom is an extreme person, so hard to tell, man. I think Leslie is here to take Anne Weeze. She's been in contact with someone. I think Anne Weeze is dying as a result of unintended consequences. It might happen here, man. It might. I'm still wanting to happen during the war, I think, but it might happen here because it seems crazy for Leslie to just get here and not take her. I don't know, man. I don't think Leslie is sent by the Graces. Why would they send him there knowing that the family heads will be there not later? Yeah, Loki. I know the logic doesn't match. It might just be Leslie's own thing that he did here. Like the logic doesn't match, and I understand. Um, it doesn't look crazy at all because they are aware of what happened to the Great Warriors and how they are now. I know we respect Leslie, but that's still young Leslie. Like I don't know, man. It's kind of scary that Trump casually says he wants to possess Anne Weeze and other. Yes, that's what we. It's actually crazy that we see him develop that nature right then and there. Right then and there, you see him develop that nature. Um, Also, people brought that Enkidu looks like Robodon. Just saying. I don't know where you're going with that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm a scoot on past that one. Maybe he came together information, but that seems like I don't know. Maybe he's a recon. Is what is Luslak's a fisherman, right? He's not a scout, so I don't know. Maybe he was a scout, or maybe this is before positions were developed. So he does have his spells. Like like obviously he has spells where he can like kind of. I don't know, man. We kind of grasping for straws here, but are you selling my man Leslie? Sure, I like Leslie, man. I do, but I don't know. Leslie managed to run away from Urek, although Urek didn't try. That was older Leslie, though. But why not wait till they're gone? Leslie has that. Ooh, sorry. Leslie has that dog, and I'm like, dude, he does. He does. The timing is suspicious. I think you're forgetting Leslie's ability. Does he have the ability to let him skate white space or something? True, but also like we're talking about the irregulars, bro. We talking about them people. Like, don't get me wrong. Leslie is at the bottom of them when we see him fight Urek. We don't know the gap right now. Leslie could have got that strong over time. We don't know what the gap is between them right now. So Leslie doesn't necessarily have to be at their level right now. I'm not sure. Um, I know Leslie's like that, but at the end of the day, he's Towerborn, and to me, I have to believe that Leslie developed his power over time and not as quick as the irregulars. A part of me has to believe that because then that throws power scaling completely off to me. If Leslie had the same amount of power that they have now, meaning that he's one of their equals, that would be asinine to me. He's strong. I would put him in maybe out of the 13, he's maybe like 16 or 17. Like, but I gotta think there's a gap there. Like, there's gotta be a gap there. Leslie may be useful for his spells, but I don't know. And I would like to assume that a lot of the spells that Leslie learned may have also been from Arlen. So who knows, man? I like there's no proof of it of any of this. We spitballing, right? So I'm not wrong. Nobody's wrong. Neither of you guys are wrong. I think you're the only way I see a Towerborn beating a family hit is that they are an ancient species like the first man. Exactly. That's kind of where I'm going with it, J. Cool. I can't kind of see that. Even if he escapes, like I don't see Ari Han letting him escape because we know what type of person Ari Han is. Um, he's the one who likes to fight. He likes to test his skills, and he is number five. Like, so it's hard for me to understand that. Like, he's number five now, but not necessarily then. But you know what I'm saying. Um, we already know that Anwes is a blade that destroys the relationship of everyone here, right? Keyword looking for daddy's love, but daddy in flip phone position. um, goes to show you just how close Anwes was to the Great Warriors. True. Oh my God, maybe Trump orders Enkidu to try and take over Amweez. Ooh. Heavy. First of all, that is sus as fuck. I would consider that to be sus as fuck if you, yo, you might be right. I hope not. That's weird. That's fucking sus. That's fucking sus to do that. You would want your lady to be taken over by Enkidu? That's fucking weird. That's weird. That's so weird. I yo, and maybe that could be a factor of why he feels like it's his fault that this happened. But then why seal Enkidu? Maybe because you felt bad for it. Maybe because he felt bad for maybe he felt bad like that. Maybe he blames Enkidu, and maybe Enkidu is pissed off that he got blamed for something that he got told to do. Okay, I can see the angle. I can see the angle. That's fucking weird though. I don't like that because we getting into a rabbit hole that I don't want to believe. Um, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. That's fucking weird, bro. That's so weird. that no, that, I get I get uncomfortable even thinking about that's weird that you would want to possess her but not possess her. Have your ditto possess her. That's fucking weird, bro. Um, all right. Why did we see Gustain wrote the 13 of us are sinners? Wouldn't that mean Arlene and V are erased their memories too? And so why don't they have? That's a good point, Borzy. You make a good point. You make a good point. Um, but you know what though? I don't know. You make a good point. I gotta think about that a little bit later on. I could probably find out you know how my brain works. Um, you make a good point though. That's a good point. Um, we don't know why Gustain considers them sinners. True, but that Borzi does make a good point though. I gotta think more about that before I give my opinion. Maybe he sealed them nameless because of what he tried to do. At the I'm sorry, I'm reading people's conversations. I mean, Gus says it's Trum's fault. It's true, but there's a number of reasons why it could be Trom's fault, right? Like you're the one who brought in Kido and asked for him. You're the one who gave him this ability to not be to have this broken ability to basically kill people who he thinks deserves to die. Like you're the one who raised him to learn. Like it could be a bunch of different reasons why, or like you didn't let Anne Weeze leave, so she dies. Like it's a lot of reasons you can speculate behind that. What if Enkidu tried to take over Arihan while he was fighting? I hate that. And I don't think I can't see Ariana getting took. And Trom responds he won't to forget. And Trom's response is he wants to forget. If he ordered Enkidu to do that, that would be crazy. I told you some trauma is zesty. Like, J. Cool love his narratives, bro. I just gave J. Cool so much energy for his narrative, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. J. Cool being here every week talking about somebody's zesty, and I just gave him energy. I just gave him some fuel for it. I fucked up. I fucked up. Trauma on Diddy time. No, Cam. Stop. Stop.
Why are you gay?
Stop. Um, Enkidu had his normal head, and Enkidu has his normal head, and I don't think he will possess her. Um, okay. Trump has always been sus. True. I finally caught up to the comments. Maybe they tried to trap Anne Weaves, but Hannah gets angry, which causes another split. Since we know she hates men. Ooh, Solomon. That's not bad. That's not bad. We know that she was scorned by somebody she loved, though. That's the part of the backstory we don't know. Given recent evidence of the name change, that can change her background. But you are not wrong. You are not wrong. She is supposed to be a misandrist. Seeing these men try to take Anne Wees could cause her to not fuck with them. That is actually a very good read, Solomon. That's a good read. I got to give you a Don DeMarco for that one. That's a very good analysis of what it could be. Um, got to give you that one. That's a good pickup on her character. Um, I like the idea of that. I love that. Um, Trump joining with Laura and Sea Snake ain't no define. Yo, implosion emojis for this man, J. Cool. J. Cool might be King Imploder. I'm not gonna lie. You might be King Imploder because you be in here imploding every week. Hannah is a femcel. She's supposed to be. That's what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be. Um, the party making her hate men is great. I do like that. I do like that. I wonder if she will still have any. I still wonder if she will still have any children. Yeah, we still have a lot of questions about her. I think Hannah may have been scorned by Jihad or V. I don't know. I hope it's not V because that would make V a playboy type. Like if it's V, then the archetype we can throw V in is a playboy. Absolutely, can put him in a playboy because then it's Arlen, possibly Amwes or Icarus, and then Hannah, or Lee. Stop saying Hannah. It's Lee. Stop saying Hannah. Her name is Lee. Stop doing that. Um. Okay. J. Cool has been acting different ever since he changed his profile pic. Good observations, I know.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Don't make your profile picture Brian, or you may start being like Diddy. Nah, we fucking with you, J. Cool. Um, I actually don't have to work tonight, so I can kind of stream how long I want today. That don't mean I'm going 5 hours, guys. I'm just saying. I I don't think Anweez is going there out of love for V. True, true. I don't think it doesn't seem like that. All we know is that Anweez is another person like Ed who admires V. We know that for a fact. Well, oh, that's assuming that Anweez is Icarus. But Icarus admired V. So, Gustang told Trump, if you make another foolish choice this time as well, I'll burn everything you have. Ooh. Hoover pulled out the questions. I wonder where does Gus Tron made a bad choice. Ooh, y'all pulling out the receipts, man. I don't know, Hoover. I don't know. A bad choice could be telling Enkidu to go possess Anwes and she dies. It could be that. Yo, shit, y'all gotta relax. I don't want to think this much. Maybe V just had natural riz but wasn't a player. True. That would literally be. That means that that's Bomb's dad. That would mean that that's Bomb's dad. Because Zahar does not have riz. For those Baza theories, Zahar does not have riz. That would mean that Bomb take after his dad. That's what that means. Um, so remember that. Anyway, to me that she was there on. To me, it seems that she was there on. To me, it was. Excuse me. To me, it seems that she was there for how Arlen and V treated her and brought her in, since it said that they are the ones who care for the Towerborn. True, true. And she also noticed the change though. I think Obama and everybody else, we need to pick up on the change of the family hits is the biggest thing here, because that's exactly what Amwee says to Lee. I don't want to see him change, so I'm leaving. If Trom doesn't change, there's no guarantee that she would leave. Like, she may have stayed. Like, I know she wants to climb, but she may have wanted to stay. It's the change that's throwing her off. Um, Maybe J. Cool has been replaced by Enkidu. Yo, I ain't gonna cap. I know I've been talking about a lot of commands in the group chat. I might have to make some of these commands, man, because we need a command for that. When people start, yo, when people start acting sus, it gotta be command Enkidu. It gotta be command Enkidu. You acting sus? I like that. I like that. Yeah, we gonna make. I got time today. Do I got time today? I might just lie. I might have some time today. I gotta put that in. I gotta put that in. Gusting doesn't remember Anwees and when he said that, so it would have to be another event. True. 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 But he could remember it. You make a good point, Zenu. That's a good contradiction. Um, if you don't grab a hold what really matters to you, it'll be taken from you again. Fuck. Relax, Hoover. Relax. Relax. It will be taken from you again. That's clearly it. That's, to me, that is clearly Amwees. That sounds like clearly her. The only thing we've ever seen Trom care about is her. So something being taken from Trom prior to all this knowledge about his relationship, can you see anything being taken from Trom? No. No, you can't. The only thing that's been taken from Trom is this woman. So it's got to be that. Now, maybe he forgot who she was. To Zenu's point about not remembering Amwees, I'll say to you to that, it's possible that Trom. So they all have their separate. Just to add to Hoover's point, they all have their separate means of removing memories. I'm kind of in the middle with feelings. I don't memories and feelings. So it's possible that Trom removed his memory of Icarus or slash and Weeze himself. Gustang may have done the same thing, but he may have not removed the feelings from it. He may have removed the feelings from it. He may remember the event. But Trom seems like since he has Leviathan, he may have been more extreme, and it would make more sense if he was more extreme about it. It would make more sense if he was more extreme about removing all the memories of Amweez and Icarus completely, because that was his first love. It makes perfect sense for him to do that. Like, only girl he ever loved, he lost her. I don't remember any of this shit. I don't remember any way I felt about her or her. For Gustang, it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. It could simply be, and he could also be reading about Icarus. It could be that. But that's just I'm just theorizing what Hoover said, because it's clearly Like I understand what you're the questions that you're asking, Zenu, but what else could it be? Is my question to that. It would be like, what else could it be? Because can you see Trom losing some anything else that he cares about? Because the only thing next to that would be a child. I don't think there's another woman that'll come in his life that he'll feel his way about. I can't see that. That makes the story a little bit too complicated, and we're diving down too many plot lines. It's got to be her, and then if it's not her, it's got to be a child. So I think it's her. Now, the details will have to come out in between this. Like maybe all those questions will be answered in this flashback and in between. But to Hoover's point, there's no other person that kind of fits the mold. Um, so good catches though, Hoover, for going back and reading that. It kind of fits. It fits. I think the details will be explained. Right now, I don't I'm not I don't I have complete faith. I have complete faith in CU right now. So I have faith. Um, Trump cared about his kids during the Genesis era. Yes, and I say yes to that, but I don't think that's enough for. I don't think that's the event that like fitting the exact words of Gustang saying to what Hoover's saying is that if you don't grab a hold of what really matters to you, it'll be taken from you again. I don't know if that fits the mold of his child or children being killed. Like I don't know if that fits. Like it could be a fatherly affection that he lost children that he loves. It could be that, but I think we're getting a little too complicated at that point to Trom's character. I think we're diving in too deep into Trom at this point. Like I don't know. Like I'm not trying to say the kids thing is irrelevant, but I feel like it's getting a little too muddy if we're going there because I think this entire background story is about Icarus slash Enkidu, Icarus, Enkidu, Icarus, Enkidu, Gustang, Trom, this whole thing. I think that's the point. I don't know if the kids are necessarily that important, but I could be wrong. Let's like always on V side. The true. I skipped a couple comments up here. Enkidu's bull body in this flashback is a cool reference to Enkidu namesake. We don't know if Enkidu killed her though. That's all speculation. True. True. I just don't see any reason why other reason why Enkidu would get sealed if he didn't kill her. Like it's got to be Enkidu killing her, right? What other reason would you seal Enkidu? Him trying to take over a family head's body? Okay, like that's a reason, I guess. Um, that's a reason, I guess, right? But again, Amweez is in the middle, so I can't see anybody killing her. Like she's in the middle, unless Lustlike murders her, which that I don't see that happening. But imagine Lustlike murdering her. Like no, I'm just saying shit, but no. Gusting, you are so good at controlling other animals, and yet you hesitate to seize what you really want in your own hands. You are a coward. That's a good. You are reading shit that kind of fits this whole Amweez narrative, Hoover. I'm not gonna lie to you. It fits. That quote in particular does not fit the kid narrative, and I see you, Zenu. I'm gonna read your comment. That kind of fits the Enkidu. Like I'm putting two narratives on what could have happened to Trom. It's either like his kids that he cared about died, or it's Amweez's or Icarus's death. This quote fits Amweez's. You are so good at controlling other animals, and yet you hesitate to seize what you really want in your own hands. You are a coward. He's acting like a coward. I get it. That kind of that does not to me that doesn't fit the kid mold. But the Ha family feels very isolated right now. True. That wasn't my point. It was just that he cared for others, and after that, after what happened to Amweez. True, but we're narrowing this down to Gus Dang's point about him not seizing what he wanted. So right now he wants Amwes, and we know that she probably most likely 100% dies, and he said it was his fault. So that kind of fits to me. Hopefully we see the Black Hook versus Ari Sword next chapter. That would be lit. Um, okay, you know what time it is? It's an hour and 15 minutes in. I can't believe it. I feel like it's been longer. It's comment time. So I'm opening it up right now before I pull up the YouTube comments to read them. I want to know if anybody would like to come on stream. Yeah, we got a decent amount of comments in here. I want to know if anybody wants to come on stream and talk in the Discord and kind of explain their comment if they want to. If you want to, you don't have to. That's what I'm gonna start doing before I start reading comments, throwing it out there, so you don't have to. I don't have to read your comment. If you want to come in here and like talk, chat about what you think, open it up. Hopefully we see the when Trom and Gus talk before Gus send him to the labyrinth. That friend that ruins the party that Gus mentioned could be Louise. True. My point is that Gus Dang doesn't fully remember the event, like, and like who Enkidu killed. He has a vague understanding, right? But I'm also saying that, that's kind of like a counterpoint to it being, it, that's kind of a counterpoint to that being Amwes, and you're basically saying like, yeah, Gus Dang doesn't understand or know who it is. I get that, but I'm saying I feel that this narrative already fits the mold the most in between who it could be that he's talking about, and that it'll probably be further explained during this flashback. That's all. I didn't feel great this time, but maybe another time. Okay. Um, yeah, no, I'm just throwing it out there for anybody that ever wants to chat. I'm cool with it. I'm absolutely cool with it. But all right, pull them to comments. So it is comment time. I love comment time. Do, 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 do. What are you doing? There we go. Oh, also for those in chat, I want to say thank you to those who have, so if you haven't known, I launched a new channel, with my fiance. It's called Saga Soulmates, and I'll show it on stream real quick. Um, but I want to say thank you to you guys who watched the video and commented. I really appreciate you like showing love and subbing to the channel and everything. That's the channel I'm gonna put like a lot of work into with me and her. The next episode for that, which is gonna be a lot longer than the 10-minute video that the 10-minute video that we put out was kind of introduction video. But the video that was coming out on Friday, the next part of it, it's gonna be like 20 minutes long of us playing. It's fucking hilarious. Like I lied to you guys. I lied to you guys. Not like this video that's coming out on Friday is so fucking funny. It's like it's almost a crime on how funny it is. It's a crime. Like it was hard for me to edit because like there are moments in it that are funny as shit, and we just have a good time with it. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. For those who came in and checked it out. She appreciates it. You know, she's a little bit of a like nervous, scary type. Not scary type, but she like she's seen the comments and stuff and like excited and everything. So I try to get her to join the Discord and stuff, but she'll get there eventually. Um, Let me show the channel real quick before I pull up the comments. Yeah, we have a bunch of content for it. I have like 3 4 videos in the background, guys, like ready to go. Just slow releases for it. Slow releases. I do have to edit the YouTube shorts for it, but slow releases for it. And we want to live stream on it eventually. Um, once we build a good following for it, but um, but it's like I told y'all. I'm still gonna do Tower God content. I'm still like gonna be all over Tower God. It's not gonna change my workflow. It adds to my workflow for sure. But I'm still gonna be like making like weekly reviews or whatever, and try to make like shorts and stuff when I get the time. But no, that's not gonna change. Here we go. I couldn't find the channel for a second. Sorry. So I'll show this on stream real quick. So this is it. For those who are unaware, Saga Soulmates. Me and my fiance, we started a gaming channel. Um, we're playing together. The way it is explained is that she makes all the decisions. So we're currently playing Fallout 4. She makes all the decisions in the game. I simply fight and I try to advise her on things she should do. But she basically leads and I fight. I'm the shield and sword. She's the brain. She's the tactician. So far we're having a blast with it. It's kind of my idea. When we were playing through to record because I thought like we were having such a good time playing and having fun. It was like, well, we're still early on in the game. We should record this and make a channel out of it because it's such a good time, and I feel like our banner is so natural that people might enjoy it. So that's the channel, guys. If anybody's interested, please feel free to sub and watch. It's only one episode out right now, 10 minutes. But again, Friday there'll be another episode, 20-minute episode of like pure comedy. Um, and yeah, we'll eventually live stream for it. So thank you guys for those who checked it out. Alrighty, let's get to these comments. Alrighty. Okay. Webcam. Yoink. I don't know why I'm in a Christmas song right now. Make the chat a little bit smaller. And I will also make it a little bit transparent. Okie doke. Alright. All good. So, we're going to get to these comments, guys. I love reading you guys' comments. It's always just fun. Okay, just make sure I can scroll. Okay. Nameless. I don't know if Nameless is still here. So Nameless. See you is cooking these last few chapters. Yeah, and I kind of started the video off that way. Man, do y'all remember when we were struggling in goddamn January and February? It was hard. It was hard. Okay, it was hard. It was stressful. Okay, shit was bad. But as Killmonger likes to say, the payoff was worth it. Um, I still think things could have been executed a lot better during that time, but we here now. We ain't worry about the past. I'm happy to be here. CU has been cooking. Last couple chapters, even the Koreans have rated like the last couple chapters like all been nines. So like to me this one was a 10 because of the plot that it cooked up, and the art was good. I loved it. So we got a lot of art and lore on this one. So I enjoyed it a lot. All right. Thank you, Nameless. Diabetes. Like I said, I read a couple of these already when I was at work last night, so don't mind like me liking it and stuff already. Um, Diabetes. I love this name with this face. I like it is hilarious. Um, Diabetes is not funny, but y'all know what I'm getting at. Like, um, Luxek is really the biggest smoke demon I've seen. No capper. Truly being said, if Lustlek escapes this without that cut on his face, if this gives him the cut, then okay, I gotta kind of temper my thoughts on it. But if he absolutely engages in this fight, Lustlek's a different dog, man. Him and Dumas, season 3 goats, man. Like we definitely have to do. I think we should do like the best, like maybe the top 10 people of a season. Maybe we should do that. Top 10 peoples of a season. Um, Lustlike and Dumas are at the top right now. Like they are like definitely top people of season 3 for sure. Um, but yeah, thank you, Diabetes, for the comment. The Imploder himself, Master Imploder himself. Okay, J Cool says, um, sorry, my Google Assistant came on. Like what? Um, Yeah, J. Cool says what Ed said was pretty interesting about the Fountain of Eternity. You know what? I never even acknowledged that. That's interesting. I did not. I didn't acknowledge that. I didn't acknowledge that. The Fountain of Eternity thing. I did not acknowledge that. I don't have any thoughts about it because he didn't really expand on it. I wonder what that's about. Fountain of Eternity. Like, why would there be a Fountain of Eternity if they get immortality contracts? I wonder about that. That's kind of curious, but you make a good point. Nobody actually paid attention to that. Ooh, excuse me. Ugh. I'm guessing that they had to go through an administrator's test to become immortal. Okay. Oh, okay. Good job, good job, good job. Um, I see what you mean. So maybe they couldn't touch it until they took the test. That doesn't sound right though. Maybe they couldn't age at all. Maybe the immortality contract is they can't be killed by anybody that isn't an irregular. Maybe the eternity. You at the door, baby? Babe. Okay, I heard somebody at the door. It might have been a cat. Um. The What's up, Mitsuki? Hi, I'm super late. I was busy with EID. You good? You good? You did miss a lot though. We was cooking a lot of theories early on. So make sure you run the stream back. We was cooking a lot of theories. So I'm sorry you weren't there. And I'll reiterate some of them here. While we're here. But thanks for being here. So yeah, J Cool. I like this. I like I like what you're talking about here. Um, I'm guessing they had to go. So I'm thinking maybe the Fountain of Eternity might be aging, and the immortality contract means they can't be killed by regulars. That's what I'm assuming. Because if there's a Fountain of Eternity, that has to be It's usually aging. That usually isn't like you can't be killed. So there's a difference. Um, that's pretty decent though. Like that it being a difference is kind of crazy, and I did not pick up on. That's a very good pickup, J Cool. Yeah, it has to be aging. I mean, the contract is for killing. That's kind of fucking fire, man. Yo, the world building in this shit is amazing. Such a little line like that in the beginning of the chapter, nobody really picked up on that, but it expands the world so much just by like if you actually look at it. WJ Cool, you ain't completely imploding today, all right. I also have a theory that they have to give up some of their memories to do so. That there were two events when they did this. Okay, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but okay. Once for immortality, and second after the Great War. Yeah, like I said, I think they're two different things. I would think the Fountain of Eternity is aging, and I would assume that the immortality contract that was formed with Zahar and them were for killing. They can't be killed. Um, that's what I would assume. Also, I doubt this fight is going to anywhere. There are five irregulars on board for this one. Five? Arihan, Edwin, Lee, Trom, and Gus. Oh, yeah, you're right. uh, I don't mind me. And Arihan isn't trying to slice up Trom's new home and make him even more upset. True. Um, that's a good point too. No way Tron really took two L's in one day. W comment, man. W comment from J Cool this week. Who wants to bet? Who wants to bet Ari is responsible for Leslie's face injury? I'm not taking that bet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it, Mitsuki. I don't want to believe it. I don't. I truly don't want to believe it. You might be right. I don't want to believe it. um. Uh oh. Lost control of the comments. Sorry. All right, but W comment from J Cool. So Cam says Zahar truly is a worthless piece of shit. Um, a lazy, corny, lousy excuse of a friend. He's a goofy and a simp who couldn't get over Arlen in his Kendrick voice. Damn, Cam. Damn, Cam. Yo, Cam just went in on my boy Zahar. First of all, why am I liking that? Watch your mouth. Don't play with the king. Don't play with the king, man. You cannot play with the king name like that. Watch yourself, Cam. Watch yourself. Um, Hazy, babe, wake up, home dropped. I like that. Thanks, Hazy. Hazy, crazy. I know Hazy was in here earlier. Um, I know I dropped late last night. I'm sorry, guys. I did my best to get the video out before I went to work. I was like determined to do that. So I'm sorry if it was like a little bit of a quality of it was a little bit down, but I wanted to get that out for y'all before I went to work last night. So, I don't get why people think Freaky Iron Man is Quadrado. Oh, this is Zeno, by the way. I don't know why people think Freaky Iron Man is Quadrado. So this is a good point. I don't know where. I don't know where the fuck people got the notion that Quadrado is that guy. I don't know where that comes from. I have absolutely no idea where that comes from. Like, I saw a lot of people in different forums and on Facebook saying that that's Quadrado. That's my only basis. I have absolutely no evidence on where people got that from. I have no idea who the fuck that is. That could be any fucking body. That could be another family head. I don't know who the fuck that is, bro. I don't think it's a family head or a regular of importance because he's not sitting at the table. I think him not sitting at the table is significant. I think he's another person like Amweez who climbed the tower with them, and it could be Quadrado because he fits the mold. That climbed the tower with them, but he has enough rapport to sit and he has enough rapport with Trom that first of all he's more important than Kidu that he can step inside that room and talk. But I don't think he's on the level of them to sit at the table. But he can get in the room, which is impressive. And the only person that kind of fits that mold is Quadrado. So I don't know who I like. And don't get me wrong, there could be other people. Could be other people, but I can see why it might be him. Uh, fuck, but like, bro, I did not put that together though. I don't know where that came from. So, I agree with Cam Loki. Loki, you a king hater too? I don't know what's up with y'all, man. Someone came up with a theory that the story told in the Floor of Death was told in not the right order and makes sense if you reread it backwards, but it changed the grace never left. Interesting. Okay, but I had to do that, Solomon. Excuse me. Okay, so continue with Zendu's comment. If this is Quadrado, oh, she left. Oh, she must have went to dance. Okay. Um, if this, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure she left and she texted me. She did, heading out to the workout class in the studio. Okay. All right. Got to make sure the wife is okay. Um, outside of him being the only one known person to climb with the Great Warriors, if this is Quadrado, I'm going to be very disappointed. It, uh, why though? Zenu. Anyway, I appreciate the Kieran diss always. Um, and Wee's motivation for leaving Tron was already something I predicted, so I'm not going to touch on that aspect. Yeah, we all kind of predicted that, right? Tron thought the process at the end give me the feel. Excuse me. Trauma's thought process at the end gives me a feeling of dread that he's about to do something despicable to Amweez. That could be capturing her. That could be not letting her go. That could be possessing her and not letting her go. That could be giving her kids. That could be that. That could cause a rift between Yeon and the rest of them. It could be that. That would be a good plot line. I think the incident was around the time Jihad became king, and that it was caused the Grace faction to leave and led to the memory erasure. Maybe part of the reason why B and Arlen left was because Jihad wanted them to erase their memories. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It had to be more to it than just climbing the tower, bro. We already know that he wants Arlen, but it's got to be more to this than just simply wanting to climb, man. And we all know that there's more something to this, but that is a good point. That is a good point. But then it also leads to the question: how did he manipulate or get the others to give their memories up? We'll see, man. But that's a good point, Zenu. So maybe part of the reason why V and R, sorry. Hopefully, the incident is explained soon. The family has losing their memories and emotions regarding them would explain why they all sided with Jihad in the war for the key. That's what I said. That's what I was saying. They didn't really care that much about V and Arlen at this point as their humanity faded. Exactly my point. They remember them. They don't care about them because they have no feelings for them. I actually think that they were tricked into erasing their memories and mistakenly they think it's consented to again. Exactly my point. Again, in chapter 551, it was like Jahad was making sure that Trom didn't recover his memories. Exactly my fucking point. Two shit. Okay. It's pretty crazy how dismissive Ed is in regards to V and Arlen not even mentioning their names. Thank you. It does not add up. It does not add up that they don't remember them. It doesn't add up, bro. It doesn't add up. They remember them as people, but they don't care about them. That does not add up. That is not who Ed we saw. Young Ed was so excited about V. When think about the data floor when we heard Edwin talk about V for the first time, it was exciting to hear about. Like, oh, V's actually a pretty decent person. He was such a cool person that Ed wanted him to be king. You don't change your mind that fast, bro. Like you don't change your mind about somebody you climb all the way up to the tower with. You don't change your mind like that. You don't, because otherwise they would stop climbing together during the climb. So it don't make sense. But it has to make sense. So they're kind of like a Voldemort to these people being left. There's kind of like a Voldemort to these people. Something best left unsaid. Exactly, exactly. Zenu was cooking right now. It's also interesting to see Gusting, the man who hates ignorance, just accepting this memory erasure is going along with them or us mentality when it comes to the Grace faction. Exactly. That does not match up with who his Gusting is today because he's against the mold. It does not match. This Gusting and the current Gusting do not match. We understand he lost his wife and kids, but it does not match. Okay? The shit does not match. He loved Arlen. It was one of the best people he knew. It does not make sense for him to stop fucking with Arlen. Excuse my language, but to stop fucking with Arlen all of a sudden when we know for a fact that he said that she is one of the best people he knew. So all of a sudden him just putting her off in this Grace faction makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's exactly what I was trying to get at. On a quick aside, since Gusting since Gusting doesn't really have any strong feelings towards V, he cannot be the absolute worst person he's ever met. Hello? He was referring to on the floor of death. Hello? Hello? Anyway, it has to be Jihad, the very man who ruined his life. What could V have done during the war that would be worse than Jihad did to Gusting? Somebody is asking the questions. Ask the questions. You gotta make it make sense, man. Okay? What could V my bad. He got me tripping because people don't ask these questions, bro. They taking too much surface level stuff at this chapter when you gotta connect everything. Um Okay, so I really like the dynamic between Trom, Edwin, and Gusting. So did I. I thought their friendship was like so genuine, bro. Their friendship is one chapter is better than Bond's friendship with AA and Rack. Current AA and Rack. Early season 2, season 1, Rack and Kun and Bond was really good. But yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. But they did climb like thousands of years together. They did climb for a long time together. Uh, at that point, what, thousands of years? Not sure. I'm not really sure what the timeline is, but um, tell me I'm wrong. No, you're not. I just love how Gusting and Edwin are roasting Trom. Yes, you can tell they've been friends for a very long time. Yes, it's funny that Han wasn't even there. It adds to his character. Yes, Zenu, absolutely very good analysis, buddy. I also like the conversation between Anwies and Yi So let me get this straight. Not only has Lustig fought number 4 in the tower, but we're about to see him fight number 5 as well. Not number 5 at that point, but yeah, I get what you mean. This man Lustig just pulled up to a place where there's 5 family heads who killed him on sight. Exactly. Why it's scary for him to be here. And he's happy to see Han. He's Himothy. I might seriously have to consider him putting him in my top 10 soon. Fair enough, man. Like, Lustig is that guy, bro. Chapter is 9.5 out of 10. The art was great. The interactions between everyone is simply fantastic, and the cliffhanger is chef's kiss. Lustig versus Han gives us the black. Give us the black hook. See you. Give us the black hook. Make it canon. As for predictions, I'm thinking Keto will try possessing Gi Rang since he wants the power of a family head. True, and it will get horrifically burned as a result. That would explain his charred appearance when we first see him in the Sprout. Okay, of course he could take over and Weez, kill her by accident, and gets burned by Yi Rang. Still, in the chapter 601, Trom has pried out. Maybe Trom clashes with Leslie. Maybe V and Arlen show up there with a brief scuffle. There's a lot of no, I agree. There's a lot of what ifs. And still, then there's still that person who was in the party that was cloaked up. So we don't know if that's another Fug member, if that's Arlen or V. We don't know. They didn't necessarily have the build of V, but it was a far shot. So, um, Traum is now back in his usual attire, but I'm still sure if Anwes will die during this. Excuse me, I'm still not sure if Anwes will die during the here or during the war. But I guess the evidence points it to being there. Lusek will likely get injured by a Han here. Mitsuki, he's going with you. I really want to see V and Arlen. The only way we can see them through the flashbacks, but maybe we'll see it reserved. We'll see, they'll be reserved for whenever Bomb goes to Arlen's tree of sea. I can't say that word ever. See Hawaii. No. I think we may see one of them towards the end of this flashback. I do. And we's just gonna die by thanks to Enkidu. I hope we get to see a bit more of Trom and Amwee's relationship in the past where they were climbing. Unless I see the red guy with Kranos, he's not Quadrado. Okay, that's fair. W comment from Zeno, man. Absolutely cooked this week. Absolutely cooked this week. Fantastic, but fantastic comment, buddy. Like, gotta give him a Donnie for that. Very good comment this week. If V and Arlen show up, this is gonna get real complicated. It really is. It really is, Loki. So here's the comment I was talking about earlier, guys, where I had to kind of get with this guy, Tron fan. I actually replied to this, but I guess it didn't post. But here's what I was getting at, right? So he says, honestly, I think you're wrong about the Grace stuff, and he didn't do a good explanation on telling me why I'm wrong. But here, I honestly think you're wrong about the Grace stuff because they aren't really talking to V and Arlen, so of course it would sound distant. That's not a good talking point. That's not a good talking point. Again, but let me finish the comment. Also, young Edwin admired V, not the one that erased the memories. So you're saying that V changed while climbing the tower so much that Edwin doesn't fuck with him no more. That doesn't make any sense. What could he have done that they didn't kick him out the group earlier for them to kick him? Like that doesn't make sense to me. And again, Gustang has a relationship with Arlen. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, and then Trom has a relationship with V. So how is it that like that doesn't make sense? And we don't know how tragic this event was that it caused a split. And it could have been it could have been enough to separate them in their ideals. Also, remember that Gustang and Tron were arguing, and Gustang wants to kill Tron. They are not friendly whatsoever. And this is what I said. There's a contradiction to that. There's an absolute contradiction to that. They had friendly banter. No need for me to pull exact words because we know they did. It was as simple as that. It wasn't as simple as I'm gonna kill you vibe. It was old friends reuniting, and I'm not gonna read my comment exactly, but what I basically said to him was, when Trom and Gustang met in the early the chapters of the last like 20, 30 chapters, what was it, like 570 or in 592, in between those, when they met twice, they have friendly banter against each other. Even though they fought the first time, they still are throwing quips and friendly banter at each other. The same thing they're doing in this chapter now when Trom lost Amweez and he's giving him shit when he's walking in the room is the same thing they're doing when they're about to fight. Again, friends can fight, and even though Gustang says he may have to kill him, he said he may have to kill him. He's still deciding if he needs to. But they still have friendly banter, okay? Like, you don't say giving you the middle finger, cut your cigarette, and say, "This is not. This is a non-smoking place." That's not. I want to murder you, kill you vibes. It is not. That's disingenuous to say that it is. And for Gusting to say, and for trying to say that's why you got dumped by your wife, like who says that to somebody they're trying to kill? Like nobody's like they no the same thing they're doing now. They're having friendly banter, even though they have to go up against each other. They still have that. They still have that. And so I'm not gonna go too more deep into that. I did earlier. And then he goes on to say that was not friendly banner whatsoever. That is cap, and that's disingenuous to say that it wasn't friendly banner. When you see Urek and Luslek, they don't have friendly banner. They're going at each other, asking questions. That's I want to smoke you vibe. Trom and Gustang's vibe was not smoke you vibe. They were giving each other shit and competing with each other. It's like playing basketball against your friend when you're playing 1v1. It's like you're going to give each other shit. It was the same concept. The same concept. It's like it's like they were fighting, and here's what Trom said. You want me to bring out the arrogant one? Go ahead, bring him out. I ain't seen him in a while. Bring him out. Bring him out. Like they talking shit. Like that's the same thing you play if you guys ever play basketball or football against your friends. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna go right. Oh, you think you can stick me? You think you can stick me? Like you can't stick me, bro. Like I'm better than you. Like what's up? Like it's that same energy, and that's always considered friendly banter. Like so for him to say that, disingenuous. And then he didn't answer my question. He said, V and Arlen wanted to, he said, as for what caused everyone to stop admiring, we know this. V and Arlen wanted to keep climbing, but what others saw on the higher floors scared them. Who said they ever entered the higher floors? Who said they walked up on the floor and said, oh, I don't like what's up here. I'm going down on the bottom. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Nobody said, floor 135. Oh shit, it's some shit up here. I'm going. Nobody ever said that. That didn't happen. You made that up. But to like no, that don't make sense, bro. But anyway, he also goes in to say, and it scared them. Do those people look like people who scare? Y'all tell me right now if it fits the mold for the family heads to be scared of something. Tell me if that makes sense. Zahard, maybe because he can see the future. Does it fit the mold that the rest of them are scared of something? Get the fuck out of here. Look how arrogant they are. They don't seem like they're scared of anything. That doesn't fit their characters. That doesn't fit their characters. So stop that shit, bro. We don't know how bad the split was, but I imagine having a war about it means it was pretty bad. Yes, the split was bad, and I replied to his comment. It didn't post for whatever reason, but he didn't answer my question. Tron fan, if you're watching this back, answer my question. What could V have done from when the hidden floor, the train, up until they stopped at floor 134? What did V do to Edwin to make him hate him so much that he no longer wants him to be king? What did V do? He had to either, take his lady, fuck his lady, kill one of his kids, murder his mom or dad. He had to do something of that level for Edwin to all of a sudden say, I don't want this guy to be king anymore. I don't fuck with him. That does not line up with V's character. That does not line up with V's character, and it does not line up with Edwin's character. That makes no sense. That's why I said you gotta line up shit and make it make sense. It doesn't make sense, and that's why. And I want you, in theory, this is all theory. In theory, give me a theory that would make sense for Edwin. Whatever happened at the event. What happened at this event that was so bad that Edwin said, I don't fuck with you no more. You're an op and I want to kill you. I want to exile you. What happened at the event that, happened so crazy? That does not add up to me. if their feelings were removed from these people, meaning that they no longer care about these people. So if Edwin's feelings for V were removed, and then the event happened where I'm going to continue to climb the tower, I'm not going to climb the tower. But Edwin no longer cares for Arlen and V as people because the feelings were removed, but he remembers the event. That's why that would make sense for why they're treating them that way. They don't care about them because they don't have any feelings for them anymore. But they remember what happened at the event. Maybe V and Zahar got into an argument, and it looks bad from that perspective when you don't care about these people. It's like, oh, you guys just climbed the tower with us, so but you don't want to stop climbing. I don't fuck with you. Like that's how that looks to Edwin when his feelings are removed. He don't care about them, so it's just like, oh, the Grace faction not fucking with us. Fuck them then. Like we'll exile them. Fuck them. That does not add up. That does not add up with Gustang, who cares about Arlen. That does not add up with V, who that does not add up with Edwin, who admired V and wanted him to be king. None of that adds up. You're being disingenuous and ignoring facts. That's it. So give me in theory what happened at this event, and I'll play. It's a theory, but you got to be able to cook up a theory if you're gonna dismiss. If you're gonna try to dismiss my thing about the Graces, you have to come up with a theory on what makes sense on why it would be incorrect. That's all. So, yeah, does not fit the mold. Does not fit the mold. It's like people ignore the everything we've been told about these characters over time. User, I'm pretty sure he has a real name. I don't know what it is. Matter of fact, you know when I pull it up on YouTube and then when I pull it up on my phone, they have different names. Everybody has different names. It's weird. I don't want to call you user. This is still user. Okay. Oh, well, I guess you're user. Sorry. Diddy on floor 135. AJ, cool. Stop. You gotta stop, bro. You are yo. Join the Discord. I'm giving you the title Implosion King. All white ever kill? Will white ever kill Arihan and get that sword? Not right now. You're not. Yo, join up with Naya next time. I can hear y'all talk Tog all day. Yeah. You know, guys. I'm pretty sure Naya mentioned on his last stream. We working on it. It's gonna happen. We're gonna have a live stream. What is the guy's name? I think it's Mythos and Mythos and I think it's supposed to be Mythos and Naya. We're working on it. We just have to work out a schedule. Everybody works at different times, and we're trying to work a schedule to do it. But we're gonna talk about the scans. We're gonna have a stream together. I'm gonna try to make it because the timing is a little bit weird and messed up. So I'm gonna do my best. But to at least be on there for an hour. Depending on when he does it, because if he's talking about a Wednesday, I'm off this Wednesday, but I'm not normally off on Wednesday. I'm normally off on Tuesdays. So, if he did it earlier, like around 5 o'clock, I could probably be there for a long time, but we'll see. Didn't adult Jihad tell Dada Edwin that they were not getting along? Could Edwin know that Jihad has messed with their memories? I think so. I think so. I think so, Sahara. Yes, you are starting to think like me. Yes. Nah, White will never slay her or kind of a creator so that they hope that people will fug. It's not lost. Yeah. Yeah, the Slayer fallacy doesn't necessarily exist. Loki. I have a little Loki in here right now. Loki. All right, got you. Loki says, this is a great time for lore to be a lore whore. Yes, that's why I'm eating so good, bro. Whoever called out the we would see Luxlek last week, shout out. That was Zenu. That was a good call out from Zenu. Bro, Mark, if we get an Arihan fight, I might lose my crap. Also, at first I thought Luxlek was V in the corner. I wonder who that is in the corner, to be honest. But it could have been Luxlek, but I don't know. I think Zahara may have discouraged the family heads from climbing on purpose, maybe manipulated them into doing so. I'm right there with you. The announcement to me wasn't impactful enough, so something else must have happened. Exactly. Exactly. Since Lustig is a guy who can maybe hang with the family heads, maybe he wasn't exaggerating when he said he could defeat Urek. Well, we'll definitely see a test of that right now if he fights Arihan. Maybe we even find out why Thug was created. That would have to be after the war because that's when it was created. But we might get some glimpses of the early iterations, right? So you might be right. I give this chapter 8.5 out of 10. Great chapter. Great comment. Great comment. Great comment. Um, do you think the Nolio? What's up, Nolio? Do you think the man was that broke Yeon's heart was a family head? Yes, but I'm not sure who it was. Um, I'm wondering if it was V. V is kind of like a playboy, right? So if we take Bomb's character, right? Bomb is Bomb. I know some people don't believe it, Bob's a theory and everything, but Bomb is the son of V. If Bomb is the son of V, then Bomb already has harem-like tendencies. He has a bunch of women flocking over him that want to be around him. It would fit V's character mode as a nice guy because he's a really nice guy, and him being Bomb's father, if he takes after his father, to be a harem type guy. So if it is Yan Lee Rang, I would not be surprised. So, but yeah, if it's a hard though, that makes for an interesting dynamic. But I don't think it was a hard. Daniel, Daniel got a long comment this week, but he spaced it out pretty nicely. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, Daniel goes, Kun Edu was the rizzer and coolest guy, but something disturbed me that they stated he discriminates. I didn't put too much stock into the discrimination thing, but I see a lot of people did. They probably mean a pure narcissistic thing. He can take any girl anytime and f and leave. Anytime you are below any excuse me. Anytime you are below mean. Not sure what he means by that. That sentence. But however, if you're a high value female, probably treat it a little bit better together by Kun. Okay. Like it how Kun Ed was teaching him the secrets of being a love player. Yeah, I did like that. I thought that was funny. He was trying like it's trying like you trying to get your boy some comfort. Like, listen, you gotta get in these girls' skins, man. Like that's kind of what it was like, right? I don't necessarily agree to that behavior anymore. When I was younger, maybe, but yeah, I see what he means. Um, Arihan, he just unpredictable. Arihan, he just unpredictable. Bro was the only new Grace was there. True, true. He was the only one that was like chilling and found him out. Um, Yan Li Rang was enjoying Amwee's humiliating trauma in front of everyone. Was she? Okay. I knew her relationship with Amwee's was just a red flag. She could have helped Trom to be careful. Bitch already knew who she was contacting outside with. I'll say it fits Gian Lee's character to enjoy Amwee's humiliating a man if she's a man hater. Yeah, that would be true. I don't know. Gustang was like that dude, just man up. Tron wasn't like an emo guy. True. Amweez is just a bitch. Damn. Amweez is just a bitch. If you don't have any intention to marrying him, why did you do them so dirty like that? I agree. She didn't have to do it like that. When she said I was that person's side, she probably when she said I was that person's side, she probably meant V. V out here getting all these females. So basically, just saying V probably. Okay, got you. Jarhead was like, nah. If I can't get the booty cheeks, neither will you. Oh yeah, order mark. If you go back to the panel where Amwee stated you are very nice people, but there was a man same disguise, he was probably Grace's teammate. Some people think that was maybe the first Slayer. Some people thinking that was maybe like Seto. Um, all right. I think it was a Har or V. Both are unobtainable for her. Yeah, it could be either one. I think it's either one of them. I agree. It could also be Ed though, because Ed's a playboy too, right? But she didn't react to Ed getting any girls or anything, so maybe not. But I think Ed probably just discriminates against women since he's such a playboy. That could be true. Do you think Zahara and V were rivals the way Edwin and Arihan are? I think so. I think so. But there's a difference between being rivals and then having Loki hate. Like Zahar was jealous to the point where he had hate, and that's where it gets dangerous, and that's why things are the way they are. But W comment from Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you per usual. Always here. Borzy. I know Borzy was here earlier, but probably dipped off. Why is no one talking about the fact that Gustang's book was written? The 13 of us are sinners. Does it mean V and Arlene erase their memories too? If so, why are their views about the climb so different? True. Borzy makes the good points. Borzy be having me think outside the box, man. I appreciate you, Borzy. I think Grace people is just a group of people which later become thug. Yeah, but it's too discriminatory for me. But it's right. Why are they talking like this is like they are strangers? Exactly my point. You don't talk about people you spent hundreds of years with as strangers. Gustang even mentioned Arlen being the most caring person in their group that he even liked. Again, that's my point. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. And what is it that makes people different from bugs to them? It's not strength because then Gustang had to acknowledge way more people in the tower as one of them. True, and they climb with regulars. So what changed? The feelings changed. I think it's coming from the outside. I think it's coming from the outside. He talked to Urek like an equal. He and Bomb are the only regulars they interact with. Okay. And last of all, we kind of get the information that Trom still isn't the same as he was while they climbed. He exchanges feelings like love with his possessive and controlling habits. Borzy absolutely cooked. MS Daniel and Borzy cooking. Yeah, no, they did fantastic, man. Like everybody. I'm glad like once I got the review out and I explained my points, it made more sense to some people. Um, but yeah, these guys are more in line with my thinking, and I appreciate you guys. I mean, I could be wrong, right? I don't care about being wrong, but people seem to understand what I'm getting at. Oh, look, everybody, it's Scythe. Hey, Scythe, 7 minutes into the stream, I was dissing Karaka. You were not there to defend your boy. I ain't talking about it right now, but yeah, you were not there to defend your boy. But what's up? What's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. I really like how much effort Steve is putting into the family head outfits. They're always so sick. True. The drip is dripping. Um, Brian goes, I think with the memories of this event, each one basically chooses what they wanted to sacrifice, like Gustang in the book and Trom and wait, excuse me. I think with the memories of the event, each one basically chose what they wanted to sacrifice. Like, okay, so basically what he's saying is what happened at the event. Some people deleted more memories than others. Yes, I think that makes sense. Some people deleted more feelings and memories than others. I am willing to believe that. Some might have chosen to completely erase the memory or part of it, which is why trauma has nightmares, maybe. W comment. Damn, y'all just start popping in all of a sudden. Um, what if the split is over leaving the tower? Maybe once you go into the tower and come back out, maybe something happened to the people in the tower, or maybe something happens on the outside world. Okay, Loki, I could see that. And then the outside guy's manipulation does play a factor into that, so I like that. Um, we should move in. I think and we was aware of the wedding proposal. Trump wanted it to be a secret. Yes, Sleepy. And at that point, I don't even think it mattered to her. Even if he was going to propose, because she was planning to leave anyway. But yeah, you're probably right. She probably definitely knew. Which makes it even more crazy. Uh, and this caused the split. Zenu's back. What's up, Zenu? Zenu, we loved your comment. You were cooking. Yeah, Zenu, W comment, man. I gave you a Don DeMarco for your comment, boy. Very, very good comment this week. I don't think Mark saw the connection I made to it. Was your connection to Baza? I know what your connection was. I just didn't acknowledge it. Let me scroll back down real quick. I know what it was. I just didn't acknowledge it because I didn't care to. Your connection to the Baza theory was don't tell me because I know what it was. Your connection to the Baza theory was this right here. On a quick aside, since Gusling doesn't really have any strong feeling towards V, he could not be the absolute worst person he's ever met. He's referring to the FOD. It has to be Jihad, the very man who ruined his life. I know that's what it was. I didn't acknowledge it. I refuse to acknowledge it. That's all. All right, scrolling back up. I read Brian's comment, right? Yeah. I agree with this. Good, great comment. All right, Sahara's. I don't know if Sahara's still here, but thank you for your comment, Sahara. I 100% agree with your assessment of Jihad's manipulated. Oh, okay. I 100% agree with your assessment of Jihad manipulated the great warriors to forget their feelings and memories. I believe this was the reason why the leaders too chose Jihad over V and Arlen. Yes. To make such a big decision of choosing Jihad or the graces, you would base your decision on feeling and memories, and you had with certain individuals, but they didn't have this. Yes. 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 Simple yes. That's it. The removal of feelings and memories has a knock-on effect how they treated their family members and inhabitants of the tower. I swear this is all Jihad, and this man is really a menace. Yes. Yes. That was the point. That was the point. Well said. Combat. We still haven't got to the main point of the getting of this flashback, and it's already so good. 10 out of 10. Simple and clean this week combat. I agree with you. I can't believe we can still get slander in big 2024. Yo, something's telling me that Syfe didn't read it. Syfe, did you read the chapter this week? Or did you you got a comment on here? Oh, you got a comment on here. I was about to click you. I was about to click you. It seemed like a week you wouldn't read it, so I was about to click you a little bit, but my bad. I'll let you live. MS. All right. MS goes, it was a great chapter, 9 out of 10. Mark, you missed a negative trait of Kun Edwin, aka he discriminates the most amongst family head present toward the people. I didn't put too much stock in the discrimination thing. But I see that, yeah, he probably discriminates against women. Which, if he does that, that could be, I'm thinking she didn't do anything, but I was saying it could be Lee Rang. It could be Ed that Lee Rang wants, but he's a womanizer, so she hates him. It could be that. I was kind of putting that together, but she didn't show any signs of that, so I don't know if it's him. Also, yo, J. Cool put up. So since I got y'all in here, MS Syfe, the new Loki. J. Cool brought up a good point about the Fountain of Youth, and I want to get you guys' thought on this in the comment section. So, the Fountain of Youth comment in the first bubble of the chapter, everybody ignored that. I gave my thoughts on it, and I don't know if you guys are going to watch the stream back, but I thought that was a very good world building thing, and it kind of splits up the immortality contract. So, the Fountain of Youth, the Fountain of Eternity sounds like something that stops aging. And the immortality contract could just stop you from getting killed by regulars. That's what I'm beginning to think, because the Fountain of Youth, like, it's the Fountain of Youth, like the Fountain of Eternity. I did not even put too much stock into when he was talking about that, but that is like a thing, like it exists, like everyone said it, and nobody like discouraged it. The Fountain of Youth exists, so there's a fountain that can stop you from aging. So the contract specifically for the family heads is just for them not to be killed by anybody that's not a regular. That is interesting, because then how does that work for blood matter? Like, so blood matter can't die from aging either. but he can be killed unless he sacrifices the life of his kids. I just thought that was an amazing dynamic. Like, holy shit. Like, because they had to drink from the fountain of youth, right? You would think they did. But to split the contract, and because I used to think aging was a part of it as well. Like, I know you slowly age as you climb the tower, but to the fountain of youth, I would think that first of all that floor no longer exists. They probably cut it off, that nobody can take it anymore, and for them to probably have drunk from it that they can't age is a pretty amazing low key world building tactic. Like that was really really interesting. And nobody really touched on it, and I didn't even think about it until J. Cole brought it up, but it was an amazing point. Um, the Fountain of Eternity is a really interesting. It's something I thought about when I reread it, but I don't have any strong thoughts about it's interesting just in terms of like how the contract works and how aging works, especially for somebody like Blood Matter. I just thought it was a really cool concept. Um, did you pay attention to what Edwin said about Anne Wees? He said she charmed Tron by putting a rag into his mouth and implies she was the one who asked Tron to date her. Very weird conversation. True. True. I didn't put too much stock into that either. But that it makes sense why Trom is so attached to her, because Trom is like a kid who got his first love. Like I get it, and Weez seems like somebody who's experienced. So yeah, yeah. So it's like it's in WoW with the Fountain of Eternity. I think it's bait for people to follow Zahar, but why Rob Jen didn't use it? Why Rob? You mean Robodon and Jin Song? I don't think it. If you mean Robodon and Jin Song, I don't think it exists anymore. I think they either sealed it off or they took it. Like I don't think it's something that exists any longer in the tower. Um, but I just thought it expanded on the world building pretty crazy. Scythe. Did I finish Mess's comment? I didn't finish your comment. I'm sorry. Um, Gus book started that all Gus book started that all 13 are at fault. That could mean all of them have their own faults because of the ambitions things they want to escalate over time. Okay, Sahara is most at fault, but it doesn't mean V and Arlen are angels because Gus' memory book wouldn't mention them taking part of the blame. No, I agree. There's probably something in there that definitely incriminates them, but I don't know if it's that crazy. Um, and it's also to say what part of Gustang wrote this book is what I'm trying to say. So did Gust? So I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm saying. We have to kind of put this in perspective. Which version of Gustang wrote this book? The version of Gustang that wrote this book had to be the version after this war. So there's no telling why he may have called V and Arlen sinners if the version of Gustang that wrote this book is the version that already had his memories taken. Which I didn't go into detail about that in the chapter, and I should. But understand that this version of Gustang that's writing this book also has his memories taken. So he has a skewed view of things as well. It's kind of fucking wild to think about it that way, but it's actually true that that's also a thing. Because the earliest version of him couldn't have written it because it couldn't have been done, right? Because he wouldn't remember certain things, but he's telling it from the perspective of everything that happened after the war. So V and Arlen could be angels. It just could be like, for example, let's just say that this version of Gustain who's writing the book. So Zenu, this might actually answer your question. This might answer your question. The version of Gustain that's writing this book is the version right after the war, right? At this point, he could still see he knows who Amwes is. But he can still see V and Arlen as criminals here, as people he doesn't care about here. Because at this point, his memory will be taken, if you understand what I'm saying. It's kind of a muddy thought, but I didn't really think about this earlier. Shit. I didn't think about this version of Gusting having a skewed view. Damn. Shit. It's kind of a biased view of things. While it happened the way it happened, it is a biased view of things. Because whatever happens at the event, it being told by Gustang would be a biased view. It would be from the perspective, if their feelings and memories were taken at this point, whatever that they say about this event doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. The only person who could tell you the truth about this event would be someone who didn't have their memories taken. We're not going to learn about this event, guys. We're not going to learn about it. We're not going to learn about it. We're not going to get any details about it because it's not going to be correct. Shit. I didn't put that. It's not going to be correct. Oh. I thought that we would learn the details about this event. What if they get into an argument? The only way we learn about this event is if V and Arlen show up in this flashback and they get into an argument about what happened at the event. And then Gustang and Trom and crew give their own perspective of what they saw happen at the event. But it is a skewed view of things because we know that memories and feelings are manipulated. This is fucked. This is fucking complicated as shit, bro. Holy. This is fucking complicated as shit for... Oh my god, my fucking brain's on fire. Because I'm sitting here thinking about the event and that, like, in this book we might learn about it. But if we learn about it, it doesn't necessarily look like it would be true from Gustang's perspective because we know his shit has been tampered with. This is fucking... My brain fucking hurts, bro. I see what you mean, Zeno. I'm going to need to process the timeline and motivations of Gustang when I'm more awake. I fucking feel that. My brain is fucking cooked right now. Holy shit. I'm fucking cooked right now. Yo. It makes exact sense for him to call them the Grace People. I wonder if he'll comment on that. I wonder after this flashback if because Gustang clearly feels different about Arlene now, right? I wonder if he'll comment on that after this flashback. Yo. Like, I wonder if he'll clarify. I hope he fucking does. He probably won't. But I hope he clarifies, like, oh, like at this point, I felt this way about Arlen, and I don't know why I felt that way, but I clearly don't feel like that now. Like, I fucks with her. But, like, yo, oh my god, yo. The complications in this shit is absolutely making my brain fucking fry right now. Holy see you. Like, yo, this story is fucking gas, bro. Why would his memories be altered? Because understand when this book is being written, Loki. When this book is being written, the book that Gustang is currently being is that this book right now that he's reading. The book is being written after the events of the war. So whatever took place before that doesn't necessarily mean it's true because his memories have already been manipulated. So the event that happened that they're talking about, that shit happened. If we learn any details about it in this book right now from Gustang's perspective, it doesn't mean that it's true because his memories and feelings have already been fucked with. That's what that means. So the only person who would know the truth is somebody like Leslek, V, or Arlen. Those are the only people that would know the truth. I am cooked. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I am fucking cooked right now. I cannot lie to you. I am fucking cooked right now. Do you think the memories of the incident will return, or are they still sealed elsewhere? I think they're sealed, and this might, but it might be significant on why. If Lustlek is here, this might be why Lustlek is here from a plot narrative on why Lustlek is at this event. Besides a family head dying, we could get corrections of the event if there's a big fallout in between this war where things are said. Lustlek could be the one to correct shit. He could absolutely be the one to correct shit. That didn't fucking happen that way. That's not what happened. I am cooked. I ain't gonna lie, my brain hurt. My brain is fried right now. Cause I would have made such a longer review, and this is why I love streaming and talking about this shit with you guys. My reviews could have been so much longer, like with some of the shit we've talked about today. Absolutely insane. Okay, okay, okay. Let me get back into here because I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit if I keep going into detail about this. Uh God, brain overload. Like I wish I was like Dumbledore when I could just like take memories out and just sit them in and put them back in when I need them. Uh, okay. Do you think we'll see Gus things pass as well? I don't know, man. Um, like, like it depends, right? Like it does depend. Like, so the only way the only so Zenu and everybody else, the only way this could be corrected is that because we see Gus Stang's library of memories, right? The only way this could be corrected, and I could be absolutely wrong about everything I just said, is that that Gus Stang started storing his memories early, and that everything he's read up until this book is so everything in his memory library is memories from previous all everything he stored everything up until this book being the last thing that he would store. That's the only way you would be able to take his word for it, which I forgot that there's a library of memories. That's the only way though. But the way they make it sound, which I don't necessarily know if that's true, because the way they make it sound, the memory storage method sounds like it's something that came up with later. For instance, we haven't seen Leviathan, and there's no truth to that. Like I don't know. Like this is where it kind of gets complicated because we haven't seen Leviathan yet. Um, we know that Zahar may have manipulated memories, and maybe he may have helped them develop a way to do it, or they developed a way to do it on the way. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like you don't know when they started manipulating when the memories manipulating things started. So if it started early on and Gustang was like kept written events of things, then you can trust his word. But if not, I feel like Inspector Gadget in this motherfucker. Jesus, man. Oh my god, dude. All right. Sorry. Let me read the comments up top real quick. I meant that she wasn't aware, but if she knew about it, would it explain that why she's leaving, even though she loves him? They have different views, and it feels like she's holding him back. I think she was aware, and if even if she wasn't aware, I think she still would have left. Um, because the reason she left was because she doesn't want to see him change into what he became. You see him developing in this, and I'm talking to Sleepy Night, by the way. Sleepy, you see him developing the early stages of possessive and controlling this in the chair when he says, I'm not going to let her leave, I want to possess her. She already is getting wary of his nature when she's talking to Lee Rang. So she loves him, but she doesn't want him to want to watch him turn into an animal. You don't want to see that. So she's leaving because one, she wants to climb the tower, and that's why she says, "I thought I could handle it, but I can't handle watching him change. So if Gustang's memories were messed with, why on earth was he left with being responsible of writing history? His families are the storytellers of scribes. You make a good point, Sahara. You make a good point. But maybe that's why he's also seeking the truth now. That's why he's seeking the truth now. Because everything has been manipulated. It makes sense why he's going against everything the heart stands for. That's all. That could be my only answer to that. Muhammad, what's up, Muhammad? I can see the prevailing mystery will be connect all these contradictory accounts of the incident. It'll be an interesting conversation, man. Tuh, tuh. Lustig will be the key, and will confront him with the truth. True. What if bomb serves as a key to break the memories that were trapped by contracts the hard doing? I think so. Probably. More than likely, you're right. He already did it for Leviathan. Why not everybody else? And Gus unlocks them through bomb. Yeah, yeah. No, the evidence kind of points to that. MS, like the truth will come out through bomb. MS, that's a good point. In the spell, he could undo it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I got off track there, guys. Holy shit. We out here investigating shit. All right. So sorry, I'm gonna get back to MS's comment. Gus' book started. Sorry. Zahara is the most at fault, but doesn't it mean being Arlen are angels because Gus' memory book wouldn't mention them taking part of the blame? Right, and I gave my opinion on that because he would give a skewed view of them. But Ari being one of the Enkidu couldn't. Ari being only one that Enkidu couldn't read. Maybe C awaits to showcase his negative trait in the future. Okay. Ari versus Lustig. Probably will end up with a small skirmish that will end up with a scar. Yeah, most people are guessing that. Unless CU will totally troll us and switch POV about the red monster. About the red monster. With multiple eyes, it must be Quadrado since that's the only way of explaining him being in Trom's closest friend circle with Gus and Edwin. I agree. Quadrado is the only like known person who's a regular who's like that to be climbing with them. And we don't know who this fucking guy is. He's clearly not human, so it fits the mold. I agree with that. Um. Oh, before I forget, when Amwise was making her speech, the woman that sat near Edwin kind of resembles Elaine, and the blood bloodshed, and true, and she got killed by a rat. Okay, okay. W comment from MS, man. You set me off. You set me off. So W comment. Um, it's crazy how we are getting this before the Prince story. Maybe because that point they were all together. Yeah, I think so, Solomon. Um, at that point, the relationships between them all, and then this, even when the narrator explains that this is the start of the tear between them, yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Maybe that's why Zahara made him the storyteller because it was manipulated in his favor. We are using our thinking caps. What they tell you in middle school, you're using your thinking caps, man. Bro cosplaying Naya. I had a do rag on because I grew my hair back. I was bald for a while, but I grew my hair back, and now I'm cosplaying Naya. Cosplaying Karaka soon? No, you gonna cosplay Karaka? I ain't cosplaying Karaka. But yeah, this chapter was peak 8 out of 10. Great review, Unk. Unk? Damn, I'm Unk. That's cool. I take that. Thanks, Hype. What does chat think about Lustig versus Han? Hype. Yeah, no, it's hype. It's for sure hype. Violent Azul. Violent Azul. I'm not sure if I've seen this guy. This guy might be new to the channel. If I haven't seen you before, or if I have, I'm sorry, Violent, but I'm gonna read your comment. Wait. I see you, J. Cool. Yeah, I just checked on chapter 589. You see the younger family heads going up against the mechanical soldiers in the flashback. That's probably what anyone was talking about. Okay. You're talking about the Fountain of Youth. Yeah. I don't like how people use such a strong word as admiration when describing V and Edwin's relationship because unlike Icarus, who said directly in that story, the man I respect the most, Dada Edwin never said anything even close to that. His words were, it's hard to describe him, but if it was one of us, you were chosen as a king, I would have chosen V because unlike us who lost interest in ordinary people, he tried to get closer to them. That sounds like admiration, Violin. Okay. Did y'all just read what he just said? So correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does that not sound like admiration? The definition of admiration. That sounds like you admire the person. It is literally what you just said in your explanation about V and Edwin is him admiring a trait about him. That's admiration. So a strong word, no. Like in time of any story ever, people and usually admire their kings. People admire their kings. They respect and admire their kings. That are the two things usually that people mostly have when they're voting for a leader. So yes, admiration is absolutely accurate here. Sorry. I don't know why that's a strong word to you, but that absolutely fits. Um, okay. Anyway, uh, I think it shows more of how Edwin is actually paying attention to his friend's character personality, and he's aware of himself. Also, it's very interesting how Edwin thoughts were more like the king of the normal people. Should somehow the king of the normal people should be someone who actually cares about them. That plays into my theory about the feelings. Zahard wanted his team to feel like him about the regulars of the tower. So, since V actually cares, that goes against the feelings notion. He doesn't feel anything for these people. He made his friends not feel anything for these bugs. Are we not picking up on this yet? Which is young V, but adult Edwin didn't show us that he is still feeling the same since he decided to become a ruler of the tower. That's what and let Jihad be the king without caring about being Arlen split from them. It makes you wonder what really happened to him, make him change his opinion. Yes, use your brains. The feelings were manipulated. The memories were manipulated. Use your brains, people. It don't make sense to be wanting to admire somebody to become a king to all of a sudden you don't care and you choose Zahard as your king. That doesn't make fucking sense, bro. It's not hard. It's not fucking hard. It's not hard. God, I'm sorry, but some people I was going back with. It's just like it's not hard to understand. It's not. Ugh. It just don't add up with the evidence. I'm not so quick to jump on it's all Jihad's fault, and that's fair. I get that. Train says I never thought he was the only one who was a bad guy, and with Gus Dang's line from the book, all 13 minutes are sinners. Damn, y'all all using that. I've never seen so many people in the comment section align with the same thing. So a lot of y'all have brought this up. It's even more evident that there's more to it than. But again, if this is coming from a skewed perspective of Gus Dang, he would view them as sinners because they're betraying Zahard at this point. But we'll see. We'll see. Because the other ones have to be sinners as well. So whatever happened, happened. But that's a part of the event. So even more evident there, Jihad is a villain and we said to Yeon, I don't think you guys are wrong. She's more afraid of how they are changing and she doesn't like this change. Plus with Dada Jihad and in the Hidden Floor arc, we saw that the current Jihad is also internally similar to how family heads are changing. So this change is not only with the family heads, but it's affecting Jihad's feelings too. Yes, it's for everybody. Now I'm wondering how much Rachel really knows. Everything. Like Zenu said below you, everything. Only our relationship between the 11 of us matters. When Trom said that, he mentioned that this mindset was only brought up after any Jihad and many mirror incidents in which all of them hurt each other. So I don't think this topic is in mind of any of the 13 Great Warriors now. But it's definitely the moment where they are starting to see the difference in mindset between them and the Towerborn. I disagree with that notion. I think that... So I disagree with that notion only because that became significant. So let me explain that. That became significant, particularly to Gustang. Our relationship between the 11 of us only matters. That only matters to Gustang. He said that to combat Gustang in particular, because Annie is a huge key here. Gustang would have never mentioned her, would not be upset at Tron for hiding him from her if he didn't care about her. Gustang's entire character is built upon Blossom and Annie, his real daughter and his wife. Okay? When they said the relationship between us, that's Zahard separating children from them. Which, no, absolutely fucking not. That does not work for Gustang. So that's the context behind that. That is most likely what caused this entire catalyst on why Gustang is against everything Zahard's up to. If Gustang was with Blossom and Annie was unsealed, do you think Gustang would be doing this? No, he would not. I don't think he would. Would he question certain things? Yes, because that's in his nature. But it started with that. Because, like, how are you going to tell me to not care about my daughter, bro? What the How are you going to tell me to not care about my daughter? Get the fuck out of here. Like, legit Zahard, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Because how many family heads in the 13 Great Warriors have real children? So, what I'm calling real children, the children between two family heads. Those are the only people who you can call the real children of the family heads. Besides Towerborn slept with people, they're half breeds or whatever you want to call them. Like what this actually is, especially for Gusting, the real children. You cannot tell me that I can't care about my daughter. That is bullshit. That is absolute bullshit. And then for Blossom, I don't know. Zahard could have manipulated Blossom. I don't know the speculation, but for Blossom, what it sounds like is that Blossom is blamed for this. Blossom is blaming Gustang for this. Annie went crazy with reading this lady's pocket. Arlene, reading this lady's pocket, she went crazy, got sealed, and it's your fucking fault. She blames him for that. So all this goes back to fucking Zahard. So that's what I mean in relation to this topic. Just to explain what he's talking about here. But I see what he means when he says, like, in many more instances after. I'm just explaining what that is. That's all. But it definitely in the moment they're starting to see the difference between the mindset. So, and we already see the mindset developing in that chair. By the way, what's your name again? Violin. The mindset is already developing in the chair as Trom is sitting there talking to Edwin, Gusting, and Quadrado. The mindset of possessiveness, the mindset of entitlement is all being created right there in the chair when he says he doesn't want her to leave. So no, they're already feeling this way. Okay? And it makes sense to me when they say Zahard wants us to be a certain way. Zahard wants us to think a certain way because we're leaders. Meaning that you cannot care about these tower-born people. But it got complicated for Zahard when he told Gustang that, okay, not only can you not care about these tower-born people, you're not allowed to care about your children either. Jahaz, the first one to say we are different from them, and then Amuse telling Yeon how she feels that we can never fully understand or feel the same way as you irregulars do. W comment. I like you. I like that comment, Violin. I don't agree with everything, but definitely W comment from you, buddy. Okay. Game at 6 o'clock? Let me make sure I got all the comments. Okay, I did. Okay, I can pull the comments down. Fun comments this week, guys. Fucking great job. From everybody who's in the future watching this and everybody in the chat now. Good, great fucking job this week, bro. Like we all been cooking some shit today. It's been fun. So I'm just gonna read up the last couple of which I'll talk about in the chat right now. Man, I'm gonna wrap this up. Yeah, boy, it's tight. I started this at 3:30. Woo! Almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours. Now the question is, what led the jihad to this mindset? Oh, Zenu, it's all about Arlen. It's all about Arlen. That's all it's about, man. At the end of the day, it's all about Arlen and Zahar's desire to rule. Zahar wants to rule. You don't think for a second that young Edwin on the data floor and other people were already rallying against, like, look, understand, everything is V and Zahar. You don't think that Zahar wasn't hearing the whispers of people like Edwin saying that they wanted V to be the king of the tower? You don't think there was already whispers of that? That absolutely drove Zahar into the fucking ground, bro. He's an adventurous. He likes to fight. He sees his like this as a game. So you took my woman and they want you to be king? Zahar had to be losing his shit, bro. He had to be freaking the fuck out, and that's why he's so twisted. He had to be freaking the fuck out, bro. He had to be freaking the fuck out. This man is living the life I want to live. I gotta do the most craziest shit that's anti him. I gotta do the most craziest shit to get this man the fuck out of here. I gotta get him the fuck out of here. That's the like that. That's it. That's the only way I can see it. Maybe Zahara is being influenced by the ones above him, and that's possible. He said I was good friends for your mother, and spoke highly of her to Bomb, but didn't want to talk about V and that he's a disgusting person. Yeah, that's true. But we don't know the context behind that. It's crazy how Zahara said to be the adventurer, but became king, and V is said to be worthy of kingship, but wasn't. Exactly, Solomon. Exactly what I was just getting at, man. Exactly what I was just getting at. It's more about the transition from Chuny adventurer to a heartless king. I think had to be more V and Arlen. I think it has to be more than V and Arlen. Yeah, man. I agree that there's probably more to it, like some specific tower lore stuff. I agree. There's some specific tower lore stuff that's probably behind it, but Zahar's entire plot and takeover, it absolutely is over a woman. Let's not trip. Let's not trip. It's absolutely over a woman. Most great things, especially in kingship and most great stories, is always over a woman. It's always over a woman. Now, there are some muddy waters that we have to trek through. That's definitely going to make it more complicated. But from what we see and what we know about V's character, he is exactly the opposite of what Zahar is. While they both maybe enjoyed climbing the tower, it seems like they're both he's anti V. Okay, Hedon could tempt Zahar. True. Because let's just say Hedon's entire goal is for people to climb the tower, right? But it's also Hedon's job to probably get people to go through complications of not finishing the tower. So what if Hedon got in business and got in bed with Zahar, and he helped him to learn memory manipulation, helped him to learn things about like possibly dug up a plot like to get rid of V, because if V wants to clear the tower, what if clearing the tower destroys the tower? That destroys Hedon's entire existence. So while he has to encourage people to climb, he also has to make it extremely difficult to the point where it's all a game to him. Hedon definitely plays a factor with him as a heart. They hold hands at some point. They're holding hands about something. I definitely believe that. The best king and the one who doesn't want it. Always. I think Jahad did all this of his free will. No one's manipulating him. I don't know, man. I'm willing to believe especially when it comes to memory manipulation, that Hedon has something to do with it, bro. I'm willing to believe that. I don't think Hedon is the snake in the Garden of Eden for Jihad. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I think he is. And Zahar kind of became an animal he can't control. But I don't think Hedon's the ultimate enemy. I don't think that. But I think Hedon is meant to build game to make it as complicated. Hedon is built to make climbing the tower as complicated as possible. As complicated as possible. So he may have taken advantage of Zahar, but he's not an enemy of the tower. But that's all I got. That's all I got. I'm tired, y'all. I done fucking cooked up some theory today. All right. I still gotta drop my other video from my other channel. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna get ready to get up off here. So thank you guys. I appreciate all you guys who've been in chat all day with me. We've been 2 hours and 50 minutes. We cooked some fucking theories today. This is gonna be like this is a stream I could probably watch back. Like at work tomorrow night. Like I do watch my streams back just to listen at some of the shit I say. Because sometimes I sound fucking stupid, but it's fun to listen to yourself sometimes. But yeah, no, this was a good one, really good one. We cooked a lot of theories, man. We cooked a lot of shit. We found out some shit we didn't think about. This flashback has been peak, and this is what peak causes. So I mentioned before, Naya, we're trying to get the schedule together so we can come together and stream. So he'll be announcing that because he's running that whole thing whenever it happens. I'll see you guys on Sunday in the Discord, man. Join the Discord. MS dropped that Discord link for everybody in the chat for anybody that's in here that didn't join or hasn't joined. What do you mean no Discord, J. Cool? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But I'll see you guys. I'm tired. I'm gonna get some food. Y'all enjoy your weekend. I will see y'all in the Discord, and especially on Sunday when the chapter drops. Till then, you guys have a good week. Peace. Love you forever. Boom, boom, boom.